Bye weeks, Kevin, means long-term thinking, big picture
It does.
topics. So, of course, we got hit on a little bit of free agency here on this episode. And a lot of people are clamoring for it as well. So I'll just toss out the names of the in-house free agents for the Colts, like you said.
15 of them,
15,
unrestricted.
And then you let us know what the Colts are thinking. So we'll start with Pierre Desir.
Another one-year deal would make a lot of sense to me, Joey. I know he's a little bit older in terms of a corner nearing the age of 30, but this guy has been a starter for you in his short stint here. So I would say a short-term deal makes sense.
Ryan Grant.
I haven't seen enough. I know it's probably early for that, and the Colts might be inclined to bring him back, but I look at upgrading receiver, so Ryan Grant might be a little bit on my back burner to bring back.
Ryan Hewitt.
Why not? You know? Hewitt's been a decent little blocking H-back guy.
Luck seems to like him. Played with him.
Stanford guy.
Yep.
Priority number 1, 2, 3, 4? No, but throw a camp body in there and see how your deep tight end position group shakes out.
Breakout player and 32-year-old Margus Hunt.
Yeah, breakout player. The weird thing with Hunt, Joey, is you see 32 years old, and again, these are the ages for them in 2019. You would say, no way. Why the hell are you bringing back a 32-year-old guy that has that production? But remember, Hunt is different. He didn't start playing football until college. So is there more there? Like, is there
football young?
Yeah, he's young in football years. Dog years, normal human years, he's old. But this isn't NFL years. Football years, he's still pretty young. So I would not slam the door shut on Margus Hunt just yet.
One of the bigger decisions, Clayton Geathers.
God, you feel bad for him, Joey. I know he played on Sunday, but you just wonder where the staff views his health when you view that in terms of your team's health. And I mean that by injuries have dominated the storylines, certainly early in 2018. Well, Clayton Geathers has had, these serious injury history. So where are you at on that? I don't think right now you can bring him back under the tag of, that's my starting safety next to Malik Hooker. I don't think you can do that. So right now, I would probably think maybe a Jack Mewhort type of deal, but I don't think it's any lock.
Mark Glowinski.
Is this the biggest must on the list? I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but right now, what you've got now to him at right guard, and he's only 20. He'll be 27 years old next year. That's young for offensive linemen. This is a former fourth-round pick that at 19 starts in Seattle. So I think a Glowinski signing to me seems like screams a Chris Ballard signing. Not going to break the bank on the O-line, but he's shown you enough that makes you think he can be a starter in the league. So to me, it seems like a guy trending towards re-signing in Indianapolis.
Denzel Good.
It's another tough one for me. Kind of like Geathers. Good has fought a little bit of the injury bug. Again, he's just had some really unfortunate circumstances here in 2018 where he hasn't had a great chance to cement himself as a starter. So where are you at with those draft picks in that? The 2018 or the 2015 draft pick in Geathers, the 2015 draft pick in Good. He has some position flexibility. I could see him maybe brought back on a shorter-term deal, but probably shouldn't be viewed as a top 6 or 7 lineman for you.
Najee Good.
I don't think so. He's getting up. They've kind of phased out that Sam linebacker position. He'll be 30. I think he was a key veteran voice for that linebacker room this year. Maybe you want that for another year. But yeah, you really have not used that Sam linebacker position. If you draft the guy there, I'm not sure if there's room for Good.
Dontrell Inman.
He had a really nice week last week, Joey. Clearly, there's a trust factor that is much, much needed right now with how poor that receiver group has been for you. So I could see Inman coming back as a camp body. Again, you would hope to upgrade at receiver, but if Inman can provide you some, reliability, why not throw him into Grand Park?
The Indianapolis darling Mike Mitchell.
Mike came back to earth a little bit, I think, on Sunday, Joey. I think he got Doug Mitchell, former North Central basketball coach. Doug Martin got him on the corner one time on a run, and then he had the calf injury in the third quarter. The thing with Mitchell, Joey, is you would, I think, like to bring him back just for leadership standpoint in that room.
Young safety room.
Very young. But you worry about money, and he's going to be worried about playing time. So if you are re-signing Geathers and saying that's our starting safety of the future next to Malik Hooker, Mike Mitchell's not coming back here to be a third safety. Now, maybe Mike Mitchell's got to look in the mirror and be like, wait, have I reached that point where I'm just going to have to compete wherever I go? But yeah, I part of me says I think Chris Ballard loves his leadership and all that, but I think Mike Mitchell might want to go elsewhere.
Al Woods.
I don't think so. I think Al Woods has been a nice, durable body for you in the interior, but part of me believes it's time to pass that torch to Grover Stewart. Kind of have him start up front, maybe draft. It's supposed to be a very good defensive line class. Maybe draft another hog molly in the middle, if you will. But yeah, Al Woods is giving you 2 nice years, but again, age. When you look at this list, Joey, what do you notice the age, don't you?
It's creeping up there. Yeah.
A lot of these guys are north of 30, and re-signing those guys, I don't know. It just doesn't sound like Chris Ballard's philosophy.
How's Al Woods and Grover Stewart now started a podcast? Like Al and Grover, that just sounds like
gosh. That sounds awesome now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And they're both guys from the country, I'm pretty sure.
Right. So maybe do something with hunting or like barbecue or I don't know.
Have Big Joe host it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Matt Slauson.
Boy, if you were paying for leadership, you would bring him back, but that's what I think Chris Ballard's going to have to weigh with a lot of these guys is, do you need a veteran presence in those rooms, or have you established a culture enough to where that leadership torch can now be passed on? And Slauson, too. I mean, you got to wonder, like, torn bicep last year, 2 broken vertebrae this year. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You've had a pretty good career.
Right.
Hang it up. But I could see Ballard honestly bringing him back just because they're so obsessed with his leadership.
Robert Turbin.
I don't think so.
The running backs that you have. Yeah.
Marlon Mack, 3rd year of a 4-year rookie deal next year. Hines, 2nd year of a 4-year. Wilkins, 2nd year of a 4-year.
And when they signed Le'Veon Bell, I mean, it really makes sense.
Right, exactly, of course.
Kidding, folks.
I part of me just kind of ready to see Wilkins take over the Turbin role. I know they're not the same exact body type, but Turbin's gonna have to get healthy with that shoulder and prove himself over the final 8 games.
Couple more here. Jamarcus Webb.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
The yawn indication's not good for Mr. Webb.
No. And sometimes when I watch Jamarcus Webb move, it kind of reminds me of yawning. I don't think so. And I know you don't have a lot of great depth on the O-line, but I still look at Joe Haig as a backup swing tackle. I would probably put Denzel Good above Jamarcus Webb if I were making a list. So, no on Webb.
Be tough not to bring back the leader in points in NFL history, but Adam Vinatieri.
It would be tough, Joey. I don't think it's as big as a break the backboard, shatter the glass slam dunk as it has been in years past. I still think you should bring him back if he can prove to be healthy these final 8 games and kick at a high level. But 2 things go into play here. I mean, you do wonder about the injury. Like, what happens when you have a kicker get injured during the season? The cupboard is very bare on the sort of kickers you can bring in. And it can potentially cost you a game or 2. So that is the concern you have of okay, if his body is hit a wall, then our best chance to upgrade at kicker is March, April, draft, free agency, whatever. So I think that's a conversation Chris Ballard's got to have. But at the end of the day, if Vinatieri can prove to be healthy, and he wants to kick another year, which I know he said he does, now that he has that record, I would say bring him back.